What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we is in the building. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, we in the building, y'all. What's going on? Let me tell you what's going on. I'm in the middle of a blizzard. It's a storm. I think we got 2 foot of snow, 18 inches of snow, and it doesn't supposed to stop until Sunday, mid-morning. So there's snow everywhere. I mean, snow. I can't get out. I can't move. I can't go nowhere. I am trapped in my own house, y'all. Let me tell you, what's going on? So, yes, there is so much going on, for real. So, we're going to talk about growing up hip-hop. Really wasn't that much of a good of a episode or whatever the case may be. We got a filler episode or whatever the case is. And then we're going to talk about Brianna Latrice, her father, Kendu Isaac, and Mary J. Blige, and, Brianna Latrice doing her thing. You know what I mean? She's a part of the Growing Up Hip Hop cast, so baby, she just recently did an interview with Tasha K, so we're going to talk about the situation. But first, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? So let's get down to the situation. And plus, there's so much juicy crap going on. Lord have mercy. I'm just stuck. You know what I mean? I'm getting claustrophobic up here. For real. I can't think straight. I can't think clearly. It's just too much. It's too much snow. I'm confined. I need a 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler, 5-wheeler. I need a snow moped or whatever that is. I need one of them, y'all, because I am stuck up in this house. And it's just so much snow. Yo. All right, so let's get to the situation. Where we going? Where we starting off at? Okay, so here we go. So let's talk about the episode. Then we're going to get into the other stuff. And what do you guys think? We'll just talk about that another day. But in any event, let's get down to the situation. So let's talk about Growing Up Hip Hop, baby. Season 6. This is episode 24 or episode, 3 or 4 of the new season of season 6. So any event, we got a new cast member. We have ODB's son. He is up in the building. We have Pep and Tretch's son, Tyrion. I think he wants to look good without no shirt on. He's trying to show off what he got going on. So I was like, okay, do your thing, handle your business. So the guys are out there talking, and Boogie's back. Go Boogie, go Boogie, go Boogie, go Boogie. Boogie's back in the position. And so I thought Brianna Latrice then ran Boogie off, but nope. She did not run him off. He is back in the building. The guys are sitting down to have a conversation. ODB, Old Dirty Bastard song looked just like him, OMG. He was also on Growing Up Hip Hop New York. In any event, we got the guys chilling, having a good time. It seems like Sean is nervous about getting married. And also Sean is letting us know that he came from humble backgrounds and humble beginnings. Basically, he said his parents cannot pay for no wedding because they was eating rice and beans growing up. You know what I mean? They was using the rice and the soup and the water and everything else. That's what they was eating out here in these streets. He ain't got the money. He ain't got it like that. So in any event, he can't afford the wedding. His parents can't afford to pay for the wedding. None of that is going to be happening from his side of the family because he don't got the money. But also it seems like, he's getting a little bit of jealous. It's like he wants TT to focus on him and everything. Basically probably feeling like she's taking too much into this, wedding, and she wants to do too much and all that other good stuff. But he also feels very nervous. He also feels like he's timid about the situation. In any event, when it comes down to it, it just really seems like he's shaky on the show when it comes to him talking about his wedding. And I don't know if he's just doing that for the camera. I don't know if TT's trying to go that route or he's trying to go that route where, basically they have a little bit of confusion going on. So you can think about that they have drama in their marriage. But if you go back to the beginning, TT says she chased him down. She put the mark on him and took him and dragged him and she made him hers because in the beginning, he wasn't even feeling her like that. He didn't even know. He was out in these streets running, ripping and everything else. And TT said, you know what? I want you and I'm going to get you and I'm going to have your baby and you going to marry me. And that's what she said. You you gonna marry me? What is that what Rashida says? You gonna marry me? And that's what she did, and he's going along for the ride. And in any event, I believe he does love TT, but at the same time, he still got 1 foot in the street. He still got 1 feet, where he feel like he look young, he look good, he got a little bit of money, and baby, he got a little bit of fame. He feeling a certain type of way because he don't even want to wear a ring out here in these streets. He's allergic to it. He said, "Can I wear that ring around my neck?" He's acting like, "Oh my God, the prices that you want, TT, for this ring." He's acting like he don't know that she got expensive taste. He's acting like he don't know who she is, that she don't like big things, and she wants money, and she wants to have an extravagant wedding, an extravagant ring. Like this is something brand new. Like he just met her, like they just saw each other. He's acting surprised. So, that kind of like make it feels like, it's just really like they faking it. You know what I mean? Everything is good with them. It seems like they faking it, or there really is some problems. And I'm just going to say they faking it for the show, because he's acting like he don't know that she's about the money. She's about a dollar bill, y'all. So in any event, it is what it is. Hey, what's up? What's going on? How you doing, Sugar Girl? How you doing, Tiffany Stone? How you doing, Tina? What's up, Monique? What's up, Lewis, Latorsha? How y'all doing? She needs not to marry him. Girl, I've been talking so much shit about their marriage that I ain't even gonna bother today. I did all last season. I told you guys he scares me. He got one of them looks on his face. It just looked like, oh Lord. He looked like he should be on a wanted poster. Let me stop. Yo. See, you almost got me started. You got me started. I'm trying to be good here. I was about to go. I caught myself. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Yo, that's what I feel right there. Right there, Monique Hill. Right there. I didn't want to say it. That's what he looked like. I've been saying that since last year. What's up, Felicia Butler, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, in the mother effing building? What's going on, girl? Let me wipe my eyes. I was gonna go in, but you beat me to it. Thank you, Monique. I just that wanted poster. That's all. I didn't want to go all the way there. I didn't want to go all the way there because I can. So I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm not trying to be good. What am I lying for? But I was going to take it a little bit easy because tomorrow there's so much craziness going on that I want to bring it to you tomorrow and not spill the beans tonight. But y'all are too much. Yo, Monique hit it right on the hill. And Louis, you hit it too. Like, I'm so glad I'm not the only person that feel that way, because it's like I be feeling that way about certain things. I don't get no cosign. And I just said it and I just gave a little bit, and you guys knew exactly what I was talking about. So I appreciate that, because sometimes I be thinking like, yo, I be off, left field. You already know. I be out there in them fields, baby. I be running the field. My brain just be jumping. Let me stop. So in any event, so we got this situation. The guy, I don't know why Tyran don't have on his shirt. Tyran sitting next to, Sean. I don't want to say nothing bad about Tyran because that's my boy. But, his interaction with Homeboy is a little weird. But, I don't know. I don't want to be too judgmental and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just could be the angles of things. And I don't want to be like all, I don't want to be all like that. What's up, Rashida Libra? How you doing? You guys make sure you come tomorrow when I go live, because there's some crazy tea about all the people that you do like. I got them on recordings, okay? So I'm going to drop that. What's up? Girl, we can feel you. Tyran is weird. See, I don't want to be talking crap because I can. But you know what I'm saying? Because, I sometimes I be feeling like I'm being mean and crap. You know what I mean? But I'm not. Like, it just look weird. It just all look weird, baby. and anyways, with Sean, and OBD son, he looks old dirty bastard son. He looks just like his father, but he got a lot of screws loose, and you know what I mean. He's a part of the team of the screws loose. I got screws loose too as well. But he's trying to say that he's different. He'll want to be like everybody else. If you want to be different and want to be like everybody else, you're trying to wear your hair like your father. You're trying to do so much to be different. And then on top of that, you got 7 kids. How can you afford them 7 kids? Like, I don't get it. Like, you're doing the same thing everybody else is not doing. I mean, everybody else is doing, having babies and just moving on. And how can you really give them the life that they need if you got 7 kids? Like, it don't make no sense. Okay, yeah, you want to be different. Oh, you got a black hoodie on. How different is that? I wore a black hoodie today out here in the snow because we got a snowstorm and we got a blizzard and I'm trapped in the house. How are you so different? And Little Twist called them out on that. Little Twist, it made it seem like Little Twist was dumb and stupid and he couldn't pick up on it. But Little Twist was like, yo, this dude is being a farce. Like, he's doing too much to try to get some attention. And ODB, I love you. God bless your soul. I love your music. But your son is out here doing too much and he really needs you. He really needs some father figures in his life. And too bad Wu-Tang Clan and all of them that, you guys grew up together, made money together. They're not out here supporting this man, helping this man, to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Like this is just sad. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody talk about, oh, support this one, support that one, support your brothers, this and that. This is your band member. He's out here struggling on growing up hip hop, trying to make it. I never heard none of his music. Anything like that, but he's in the music game and all this other stuff. You would be thinking all these rich people from Wu-Tang Clan, when they're selling music for millions of dollars and things of that nature, that they will at least look out for their partner. But you know what? I just got too much of a good of a heart that think that people would do something like that. You would want to do that, right? Nah, not these mother suckers. This little boy is out here acting like he know everything and he knows the world. And he's so smart. These ladies done fooled his head up and fooled his mind. People done souped him up and let him think that he was this great, whatever. ODB, please don't come for me. I'm just saying, this is just what it is, baby. So I know. That's why I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying. But these people be making me like go all the way there. But in any event, let me move off him because you know what? A lot of people felt this young man and it's sad. And he's like, yo, I really like Wu-Tang. Method Man, you're on power. I'm about to watch you in an hour. You don't see ODB's son. I know that you guys didn't. ODB didn't leave when he left this earth. He wasn't on good terms with Wu-Tang. But in any event, it is what it is. So basically, he's trying to find himself and he's selling wolf tickets as far as like he's just like this, alien being or whatever. Nope, he's just another lost cause. And we got Tyran with no shirt on. Everybody else got shirt on. And it just looks weird. I'm glad that Tyran is feeling himself. I'm glad that he feels more comfortable because he does seem like he's more comfortable this season. It seems like he's more open this season. And I don't know why he doing what he doing. But the way that, he was looking over there at Sean and it was basically like, Sean was like, oh, I don't know who's coming to the wedding and the Tyran, so we're going to leave it like this. We're going to leave it like that. Whatever the case may be. They don't want to say if Pep or Egypt or Sam is coming. Just be real. Just be 100. Like I'm saying, you're supposed to be marrying Titi. That's supposed to be your wife, Mr. I don't even want to call you Serial. But anyways, when it comes to Sean, like, yo, you're supposed to stand behind your wife and have some support. It's none of their business in the first place. But in any event, you can say, well, I don't know if my wife will feel comfortable because you guys already know what transpired over the years between Sam, Egypt, and, Pep. So right now it's up to her decision. But you guys are invited. He did say that. But it's just almost like he's making it like it's TT's decision. Like, why? You don't care how they make her feel. You don't care that, she wants the wedding to be fine. She wants things to go well. You don't care about anything. It's like you don't got her back. Like, and basically he's staying out the situation because, he's not in a family like that. But you already got a baby by her. You're already living in her mama's house. So why can't you speak up, and be interesting? Just sit there like a bump on a log and you got, Tyran sitting next to you with no shirt on. And it's just a weird, it's just all weird because when I was taking a clip for the show, it just, it just looked weird because it was a lot of grinning and smiling. You know what I'm saying? So, you got that situation going on. Where am I at? I'm in La La Land. Turn that off. So let me see. I'm talking all types of mess. And so, you got Tyran. It's just like, just be real, just speak up. But I guess he don't want to be like Sam, so that's good. Maybe, it's good that he didn't say anything or whatever, because it's making it look like he don't have no say, making it look like TT is controlling him, and basically he wants maybe them to come, but it's ultimate TT's decision. But didn't you have a problem with the way that they was treating your fiance or whatever the case may be? And they talked about you cheating, and you did cheat, and you put your business out there in the street. But I guess he don't want to say nothing because he don't want them to basically tell any more stories or put any more information out there. But in any event, you should have a gripe too. It shouldn't just be TT having a gripe. Better, especially if you're going to be her better half. So it don't really make no sense. So, you know what I mean? What are you guys saying? Because, yep, all of them Monique Hill, all of them. Take Savannah. She ain't going nowhere, virtual baby. She gonna stay right there because she know what she doing. Her father know what she's doing too as well. She gets on my nerves. Dang, my favorite character was not on the episode. Well, she stuck swap meet. Lord have mercy. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Tony? Norris is in the building. What's going on? So we got that. But it did seem weird, like the way that, I don't know, it just seemed the whole thing with Sean and Tyran just seemed really weird. And then you got Twist, he seemed really weird. Why he got on these sunglasses? They don't look bad on him or whatever, but he got his teeth fixed, so he don't look like this no more. You know what I mean? He don't got them gold teeth in his mouth. Look, his breath stank. His mouth was rotten inside or whatever the case. They had to do all the stuff to his mouth. But right now, as you guys can see, little Twist, he don't got them gold things in his mouth, looking like his breath stink, looking like he gonna give you a hysterectomy, looking like, oh my God, that weed and cigarettes and blunts is stuck in his teeth. No, not blunts. I mean paper, because he only smoked papers, I believe. But in any event, so he fixed himself up. So he's actually getting some money from growing up hip hop, where he actually got his teeth fixed. He took them gold things out. He probably had to have them gold teeth in his mouth because he couldn't do nothing else with it. You know what I mean? And his teeth was probably decayed under them gold teeth that he had or whatever. Hopefully not, because he's mad young. But in any event, he got his teeth fixed. He got his teeth done. So kudos to Little Twist. Kudos to WeTV for giving him enough money to get his teeth fixed. I need my teeth fixed too. So kudos to you. But these glasses, I like his hat says love, but I got sunglasses like these. So are these women sunglasses? These are women sunglasses, because I got a pair of red ones like these. Okay, so these are women sunglasses, right? Like, I guess he's pushing the barrier, and he got his hair blonde. But in any event, he tells us a story that he got with Young Money. He wanted to. I'm skipping all over things, so I'm about to make a point. But he's talking about in the episode that he actually, Lil Wayne and, Cash Money, they came down there to Texas where he was, and he wanted to go there because he wanted to meet Lil Wayne. That was his idol. He said he met them, and boom, bada bing, he never went home from there. He was running around with Lil Wayne and everything. You know what I mean? And so you already know the stories about Lil Wayne and Birdman, and what everybody said that, would they have a whole cloudy thing around that situation. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is why Little Twist is so different. This is maybe why Little Twist wanted to emulate Lil Wayne. I don't know, but you guys all heard the stories. I did videos on the situation, and you had, Cash Money, people from Cash Money, people from Hot Boys basically say that they was all, basically out of their mind because they were being fed things to make them, go out of this world. And so in any event, Twist was down there. So if they was doing that to Genuine, they was doing that to all them other people that was signed to Cash Money, Hot Boys, or whatever the case may be. And now you got this little boy at 13, 12 going to be with Lil Wayne and all of them. And he said he never came back. But he said his father, when he was 13 years old, his father went to prison and went for life. So I don't know if this is why we see the progression that we saw of Little Twist disappear for a while, but now he's back, and I'm glad he's back. And I hope nothing happened bad to him while he was a child running around with these type of guys. But in any event, moving back to the show, I just always wonder. And then also I just wonder, why did they just let this man take the blame for Justin Bieber? How come nobody made a contract that Justin was going to pay him, Justin was going to do music with him and stuff like that? It's just like Little Twist really got a raw deal. He really did. And then just to see, and then now you go back to watching, what's his name, Romeo. the reason why he picked on Romeo, the reason why he made fun of Romeo is because he was jealous of Romeo. Let's be real. He was jealous. His teeth look good. They do look good. Hey, that's what I didn't even want to go there, but yes, that's what it seems like, baby girl. That's what I was just talking about. It seems like Sean is being forced to get married. Yes, that's what it seemed like. You know what I mean? It seemed like he don't even want to be there. That's why he ain't brought no house and no location for him to live and stay. With TT, they living in their mother's house, and he travels in Jamaica. He's not trying to make his foot down here, wherever she living at in Jamaica. I mean, in New Jersey, or in what's the other place? LA or California. She's staying in her mother's house. She's not trying to commit and buy no property. And we see TT asking her aunts for this, her aunts for that, but she can't ask that man for that. I thought you guys said that he was rich. He's a multi-millionaire. Okay, why is he living in his mother's house? That means if he got money and he ain't spending, that means he don't really care. He don't really care about the family at all, point blank, period. That is just the situation. But let me try to get fast so we can talk about the Brianna situation. But there was something else. Okay. Let me see. There was something else. Where am I? Where am I? Who am I? No, so let me stop. Yeah, he don't want to wear a ring. He don't want to do none of that stuff. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. What's going on? He don't want to do none of that. But in any event, let's just move on. So I don't know. These are women's sunglasses, right? These are women's sunglasses, right? Justin Bieber is a crook and a criminal, making a living off of our Black culture, music, and likelihood. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You done said a mouthful. But and in any event, when it comes to Little Twist, that's accurate with Little Twist, because Little Twist took the blame. He took the charge because he was told to do it, because he was hanging out there with Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber was this iconic star at the time, and it was like, oh, basically that the reason why Justin Bieber is acting the way that he's acting because of his influence, and Little Twist and his friend was one of them. There's plenty of times I have talked about this in interviews about it, because I was kind of pissed off about it. I ain't gonna even lie. I was mad, so I talked my itch. So, we get to Sequoia and her mother. So let me see, where am I? Am I at the right spot? So we get to Sequoia and her mother, you know what I mean? And basically they're talking about what's that girl's name? Savannah. They're talking about Savannah. And Sequoia, she's not scared. So that's a cool situation, that she's not scared, that she's not backing down. And basically she's saying that she don't think anything's going to work. Everyone's saying that everything is going to be cool. Won't you just be, have this conversation and just sit down and have a conversation with Savannah? But she already knows it's not like that, because Savannah jumped up in her face, and Savannah was all up in her face talking about go take care of her child. Now, Savannah, why did you tell Sequoia to go take care of her son, go take care of her child? Like, do you know that there's something going on, that you just wanted to be mean? But you know what? You said that your father wasn't taking care of you and all this other stuff. Now you're gonna go and throw that at that girl. Savannah got issues. Savannah got problems, and Savannah's issue stems from her father and her mother and her upbringing and the way that she was raised. We got Stevie J talking about that she was spoiled, and the way that she's acting is like she grew up in a project. She grew up with the criminal, the thugs, the drug dealers. She was the lookout, you know what I mean? She was holding the stash. I mean, the way that she's acting, like she's not forgiving, like she's gonna get mad and want to pop up and run up on somebody. But first, you got to remember, when she ran up there and she popped on Sequoia, she had to sit by the corner and get herself angry. She had to think about things to make her angry, to make her mad, to actually go attack Sequoia. Okay, so in any event, Sequoia was like, yo, I ain't gonna waste my time. Everybody's trying to tell her to talk. And then it is even worse when we find out from Tiny, which is Sequoia's mother. She says that she has a relationship with Savannah. They did business together, they worked together and stuff like that. And so you're gonna tell me, Sequoia, you gonna do Sequoia like that, Savannah? Like, her mother? Like, no respect. This girl got no respect at all. And it's her upbringing, and she's just basically very materialistic, and she's gonna run up on the wrong person. Are we gonna hear a story about her on IG missing or something like that, because she's gonna hang with the wrong crowd trying to get that dollar bill, y'all, and she's gonna be chasing them waterfalls, and then she's gonna realize what's gonna really happen. She better go over there and listen to some TLC, because baby, you doing too much. Your father ain't even got it like that. Yes, your father got a hit out with Drake, that recently came out or whatever, but he got too much kids, too much going on, and Stevie J don't look like the type that he's gonna buy his kids everything. But Stevie J's out here trying to act like he is. But when it comes to Savannah, you need to chill out. But there are a lot of kids that like, yo, if you get on Twitter and you started talking smack, it's a problem, it's a situation. Like, she's taking it personal, and there's no reason for her to take it that personal, because she knows it's about TV, it's about a check, and it could be a storyline. She could have sit down, she could have had a conversation with Sequoia, she could have read her, for filth and threw it all up in her face. She didn't have to talk about her son, she didn't have to do none of that. And let Tanise defend herself, because I don't see none of them fighting for you. None of them ain't gonna fight for you. And we got, what's her name, Big Bird, what's that girl's name, Cree. We got Cree, and you got what's her name, Savannah, coming after Sequoia for the Simmons. The Simmons don't care for y'all like that. The Simmons is like, yo, we giving you a paycheck, do what you need to do. The Simmons ain't gonna stick up for you on camera. They might help negotiate for you, and I don't even think that's the case. You know what I mean? The Simmons ain't, you are on their show. You know what I mean? You're trying to stay on their show, but the way that you guys are ragtagging, you guys are acting like you grew up with the Simmons, like Vanessa Simmons, like all of these people, like you and Tanise are besties, like you guys go out for dinner, lunch, you guys travel together, watch each other kids, braid each other hair, curl each other's hair, put on makeup, tell deep dark secrets. That's not happening. None of that. You guys are too much, and it looks like desperation, because the Simmons ain't worried about y'all. The Simmons ain't worried about y'all. You see Vanessa acting up. You see Savannah. You see Angela Simmons acting up. No, you don't see none of that. You see them being ladies, and you see you guys acting like OMG, like what's going on? Like, come on, could we stop this? Could we not do this? This is just way too much. And then they want to talk about stereotypes and things of that nature, like you creating and helping the stereotype. At least, Creed is trying to change that. I got a video of Creed that she was recently on Instagram yesterday, and she kind of seems a whole lot different, but, they're doing it for TV. But at the same time, they're not worrying about their image. It's just like when people upload videos, to Instagram, TikTok, and all these other places of like really embarrassing things that, they wish they could take it back, but they can't. And they're going to realize that they're going to want to take it back or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really a bad situation when it comes to Savannah. Like, Savannah's really acting like she's a dude, like she's a man out here in these streets. Like, girl, you better fall back. You too young. A lot of young people don't get to see 27, 28, 29, 30 because they have attitudes like this. And the way that she disrespects her father, and that's just really a crazy situation. And Stevie J, well, she said he ain't never been around, he ain't never been her father, but he's claiming that he's been around and he spoiled her. But in any event, we'll get back to them. But when it comes to Sequoia, she's not even trying to meet up with them, because she already knows, she can feel it. She can feel it in the air, baby. She ain't nobody fool. She ain't nobody fool, baby. Sequoia could feel it in the air, like it ain't gonna make no difference. And she loves her mom. She still got these thin braids in her hair. She went back to this hairstyle where it looked like she bald headed on top. But in any event, her mom wants to make it right because she's cool with Stevie J and all this other good stuff, Blige ain't the third and everything. And it's crazy that Savannah is wanting to fight her daughter when Savannah's cool with her mother and has a relationship with her mother. That just tell you how thirsty and how no respect that she has for antibody. So if you think that Stevie J gonna do anything different, she don't respect him. You know what I mean? She don't respect him at all. And plus, she's a little hurt that, Stevie J have all these other families and took on all these other relationships and forgot about her, because that's what she said in the episode. So basically, she's acting out, and then however her mother raised her too as well, because it takes two, you know what I mean? You just can't blame him all the way. What did the mother do? You know what I mean? How did she try to rectify the situation? And so in any event, Savannah was basically saying at the end of the episode, oh yeah, go be with your wife, go be with this one, go be with that one, let them be blessed. Basically throwing shade, because she feels like she was abandoned by her father, when he got with Faith, when he got with Jocelyn. She was trying to fight Jocelyn. So now we understand. We know Jocelyn is terrible, as far as any type of, human being. But she made it. And any event, oh my God, I don't even want to get on Jocelyn and her TV show. I don't even know how them ladies sit up there. I hope they get paid good. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, Sequoia, she understands the situation. She understands that this girl wants smoke. This girl wants it all. And so therefore she's ready to go at the situation. with it. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think that when Sequoia called, Savannah and Creed, the proud sister, the gross sisters. Hey, Latrice, what's up? You're in the building. Hey, Rashida. Hey, sexy, what's going on? He's chasing women on TV. Now Stevie is ugly. You think Stevie's ugly? I think Stevie still looks good. I ain't gonna even lie. I thought he looked really good on Love and Hip Hop Family Edition. I really thought he looked really good on there. Hey Mo, what's going on? How you doing? What's up? How you feeling, girl? So, in any event, so they're trying to have this conversation. I go Casey's son sitting over there, Devin, or I don't know his name anymore. Devin, I think his name is Devin, but he kind of looks like his father a little bit. But boy, I had a crush on Casey, baby. I love me some Casey. Oh, Jodeci. But in any event, let's move on. So this is ODB. OD's a handsome man, and this is ODB's son that's actually on the show. He looks just like his father, so he's connected to his father with the hairstyle and basically trying to get people to see him as his father, to take on the legacy and continue the rap legacy or whatever. I don't know if he can rap like his father. I don't know if he got skills like his father. I don't know any of that because I haven't heard his music. So, as you can see, his son is still living in the past, and he's still living from some of the things that his father said to him. So he's trapped in a time warp zone. Sometimes people get stuck into a warp, a time zone with the emotions, with the pain of them realizing they lost this when they lost that person, and they got to carry everything. His family probably wanted him to carry everything. You got to do this, you got to do that. Blige ain't a third. So this is why he's mad weird. You know what I mean? He's mad weird, and I hate to say that about ODB. Son, I'm sorry, OD. I feel bad saying it. Then we got Eazy-E, his son. What's his name? Little Easy. As you guys know, there was a documentary about, Eazy-E and how he transcended from this earth. And Little Eazy-E, he didn't want to be no parts of this documentary at all. And he wasn't with his sister Evie, or whatever her name is. He wasn't down with the situation. But basically, he's having a conversation with ODB's son, and he's saying that, he wants to live differently. He wants to do things differently. He got a bunch of kids. His father had 11 kids, and let me see. Let me make sure I get this right, because I know they both had a bunch of kids. So ODB had 7 kids. His son has 7 kids. Lil Eazy-E had 11 kids. Reverend Run had I think 4 or 5 kids, and Little Easy, I forgot how many kids he had, but he got a few kids. But he said that he wanted to stop having kids, a bunch of kids in different households, and stop, having broken households and things of that nature. So when he said that to ODB's son, he just looked and he was like shocked that he said that. It was kind of like a little shade, but Little Easy was trying to basically say like, yo, you keep having these kids, and Blige and the third, you keep creating broken homes after broken homes, because you can't be in each and every one of them homes, and you can't be that papa that you want to be, even if you got that money. How, Nick Cannon got all them kids. He can't be with all them kids. NBA Youngboy got all them kids, even though they got money and they can have, somewhat of a decent life and don't live impoverished, but they don't get the father part, or the father being there all the time, or waking up. And so, Little Easy basically talked about, his family fighting over money and things of that nature. And he just said, basically, I just went out and create my own money. And that's the same thing. ODB's son is saying that he had to go out and create his own money and things of that nature. And, it is what it is. So we get to this part, the situation where now Pep want to act like she's shocked and she's surprised that TT is not inviting her to the wedding, or she doesn't know where the wedding's at, because we got Tyran still acting like he's scared of talking to his mama and stuff like that. The way Sam and Egypt be behaving in front of your mother, at least Tyran got respect for his mother. But in any event, he's trying to basically kind of like bring them back together, trying to be the peacemaker and things of that nature. And so he's telling Pep like, hey, listen, the wedding's going to be in November. It's going to be within 2 months. It's going to be in Florida. Pep said, why not New York, where mama could come and where all the families are? Why would you have it in Florida? Because she don't want you, your daughter, and your son-in-law there. That's why. And Auntie Joyce, or Auntie that had the messed up hair that you brought on TV looking a whole mess, sat there and talked about TT and her fiance, baby. That was a whole Kiki in a mess. I died laughing. I talked so much crap. That was so fun. That was very fun. Very funny. Hey girl, be safe on the road. We got a snowstorm here. We have a blizzard going on. What's up, the lovely Tasha? How you doing? Latrise, hey, what's up? How you doing? Just a tea, please. Hey, what's up? Auntie Dawn. Yeah, Auntie Dawn, thank you. You remember her because her wig was so bad. I wish I had the picture. Auntie Dawn was sitting up in that house knowing that she had 1895, Coke 45 beers. She got on camera. She started talking about TT. Oh, that was so messed up. You did, Pep, you did that. Auntie Dawn did that for you, Pep. Why do you think TT is going to forgive you? Why should TT want you at her wedding? If she talked to you in confidence, because TT did have conversations about Sean in the beginning or maybe in the middle of the relationship, and so she had these conversations, and for you were the auntie, you're the older person, you're the one that watched her, she's the one that helped you raise your kids and be there for your kids, and you're gonna bring Auntie Dawn and give her 45 Coke 45s to drink, get her on TV looking a rotten mess, and then put that out there. Then you got Sam in Egypt going and spreading that her husband's cheating, that he cheated at one point in time. Why would you do that? That was really low down. You know what I mean? For you to do that, because you took that message to your daughter and you gave your daughter and your son-in-law, ammunition to use against TT. Now look at your son-in-law. He's about to go to jail, allegedly. And oh yeah, and Sam is about to have a fight. He's about to have another celebrity boxing match, and I think it's where Aaron Carter, or whatever the case may be, he's gonna be fighting him. So I don't even know why Pep is acting all surprised and shocked in the situation. You did that when you should have been trying to keep your daughter from that man, because now he's facing charges. Your daughter done jumped into the altercation. She could have got hit. She could have got hit with charges. She could be facing crimes and everything. You don't see the change in your daughter. You don't see how different she is. You don't see how wild it is. You don't see nothing. It's just like you lost, like you so stuck and trying to look like you 18 and 24 and keep on stage and stay young and be with Joe, this and that. And this is why Tyran said that he wasn't really raised. He was raised a little bit by his mama and his father, but they was always on the road. And then once everything settled down, it's like she forgot about him. Remember, Tyran lived somewhere else, and she was just spoiling Egypt. Remember when they sit down, they had the counseling session. They never went back to counseling because the truth was coming out about the situation. The truth was coming out. And then on top of that, you had TT over there helping you raise your kids. And TT is so loyal. She is even letting Tyran come to her wedding without getting the what done to his shoulder. And despite all the family members, she's making sure he's going to be there and be a part of the situation. And now Pepa's sitting here acting like, oh, I thought we made amends. I thought everything was all good. I thought, well, I'm the oldest one, but you're the oldest one acting a fool. You're the oldest one acting a fool. Got this man living up in your house. Your daughter, like, where's the machine behind your daughter? You need to, Lord, I don't even want to get down into this situation and go off. Like, for real. Like, she know what she did, and she gonna sit here and act like she's hurt. Like, girl, did you know what you did? And then you knew that Sam was lying, that TT didn't want him, and saying that he wanted him and all that other stuff. Like, you allowed all that. You chose side. You supposed to be the auntie. This girl helped raise your daughter, helped raise your kids, was living in your house and helped you, and she got on this show and she made it pop. TT made the Pepa pop. TT made them pop. TT made them interesting because TT was in everybody's business. TT was running everybody's business. She was running Angela's business. She was running Christinia's business. She was running what's his name, Boogie's business. She was in everybody's business. She was running She was running a Brianna Latrice business. She was all in everybody's business. She was up in what's his name, Little Romeo face. She was everywhere. She was doing everything. And she's the one that brought the book for Egypt to see what her mother wrote about her father and try to help Egypt and all this other stuff. You know, you was still in the background. You was too busy at the time on TV partying, chilling, hanging out like you was one of the kids from growing up hip hop, like you was still growing up. You know what I mean? And Titi was out here handling all the dirty work. So, you know, now she, you know, it backfired on her because y'all turned on her. You know what I mean? But she ain't innocent either. You know what I mean? She should have just kept her mouth closed and watch what's gonna happen, because at the end of the day, the truth is always gonna set you free. But in any event, Pepa's sitting over here acting like she's lost, and Tyrine's like, what do you mean? Like, Tyrene was like, well, would you come and this and that, and Blige in the third, and she was like, well, okay, that's good. And he was like, it would be good if you come, it'd be good if you just, you know, crash the party. She was like, I'll crash the party. Like, she's feeling a certain type of way. Like, I feel bad because you could tell that Pep really feels bad because Pep didn't have nothing to say. Usually Pep will have something to say. Pep would say something, but Pep know that she has done a lot of wrong. And looking at where her son-in-law is at today, TT was right. TT was right, y'all. Hey, what's up? Overcome. Hey, what's up, LA? How you doing? What's going on? Felicia, Monica. TT baby is so cute and adorable. He is. I ain't gonna even front. Pep is a narcissist. I don't think Pep even knows what's going on sometimes. I don't even think she knows what's going on. I don't think she knows what's happening. I don't think she knows anything. And you know, I was on Pep's side for a minute. You know what I mean? Because the tables turned, because TT was wild. TT was like doing all types of stuff. You know what I mean? She was doing an investigation with Brianna, Blige in the third. But for Pep to sit here and act like she's hurt and she's brokenhearted, when she told TT to get out her party, she let TT cry and leave her birthday party and everything. And Sam was basically, she ran in the room to talk to Sam, and she left her niece hanging. You left your niece hanging over something that's somebody that got 3 legs hanging? Like, come on, you're supposed to be better than that. I thought, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about all the things that I'm about, and that may be. You're supposed to be about the music that you talk about. You're supposed to have so much confidence, so much pride that your daughter's supposed to carry that on. Your daughter is being led around. She's just being led around like she's somebody's animal, like she's somebody's pet. And you got all this built up music and express yourself. Your daughter should be running that man and running somebody else, not going below, not swimming in the dirt. She's swimming in the dirt with that man. Like, how can you be proud of that? How can you even defend that? Let me keep going. Let me move on, because I'm on one. So we got Lil E. He's not a part of the documentary on Eazy-E, his father. He's not with that. He want to spread love, and he don't want to talk about the past. He just want to continue the legacy. And I'm just going to say, when it comes to Lil Eazy has really stepped up. You know, he's really stepped up to be a very good character on this show, a very good role model on this show, a very good man on this show, a very good husband, a very good friend, a very good advisor, and someone with some knowledge. You know what I mean? So I kudos to Lil Eazy. I always was here for Lil Eazy. You know what I mean? But he's just stepping up so much, and just how he just, you know, he moves like a man. And kudos to you, Lil Eazy. Like, you handling your business, but one thing is for sure, you need to get your wife hair done. You need to get your wife nails done. She needs to get her hair washed, conditioned. She needs to get a set. She needs an olive oil treatment. She needs avocado treatment. She needs everything up in her hair. You know, she needs to get one tone color hair, and she can't be put in synthetic hair with human hair and then her regular hair. Like, you be looking clean. Please fix your wife up. Like, get your wife a makeup artist. Like, what's going on? You see the girls are looking good on the show. Why do your wife look like she done stepped out of the 1950s? You know what I mean? Like, this ain't cool. But in any event, let me keep on going. And so we got this situation. We got Sequoia, my LA baby. I don't know if you guys heard it or whatever the case may be, but I think it's on Instagram. You can check her Instagram, or it might be on Spotify. But I just hope that somebody could put something behind this song, because this is actually I'm a LA baby. I like her voice. I like the way she sound in that song. And then you have, I think it's Lazy Bone, right? Lazy Bone. Is it Lazy? Lazy Bone was like, put Easy on it. And Easy don't even rap like that no more because he has multiple businesses that he's running, that he's traveling. Like, I'm following him too. Like, he's traveling, making real big money moves that's with just, collar type of money. He's making like corporate investments, corporate business deal. So you can get your wife hair done. You know what I mean? And a makeup artist, and her nails done, and her toes done. You can do that. All right, and get her a girder. You know what I mean? You can do that. But in any event, when it comes to Sequoia, her music's good. Like her music, like that one song. I'm gonna just say that one song is good because I did hear, some other songs I wasn't feeling. But that song, I'm an LA baby, Sequoia, that beat is fly. That beat is fly. Your voice sounds really good. Your father is JoJo, so let's get this popping. Like for real, I think the song is tight. They only gave us a little bit. You already know how it is. It's like one of them Insta snaps, and they're dancing to it. I was like, okay. And she got a little Easy. And this is Lazy Bone, right? Am I right? This is Lazy Bone. Okay, Felicia Butler, you know what I'm talking about. You know how she be looking. It look like she just be like, she take that black gel, she throw it on the top of her head, halfway brush it in. She take a piece of human hair, wrap it around, then take synthetic hair, put it in to make it thicker, and boom, she's out. What'd you say? I think you said she used that pink oil. She used that magic glow, Felicia. Norris, Cinderella got her prince. What's up, girl? How you doing, LA? Lazy Bone is starting to look like his name. Yep, used to have a crush on Lazy and Busy Bone. There's another one. I have a crush. I have a video of the one I have a crush on. I don't know. I get them too confused because to me they look alike. But he got a song that's coming. I'm gonna next time I go live, I'm gonna show you all the intel that I acquired. But one of the dudes from Bone Thugs and Harmony, he was on Instagram Live and he's about to do a song. Dionne Warwick. He's doing a song with her. And I think he is so gorgeous. But I still got my crush on Lazy Bone. Lazy Bone still can get it. I can still have babies, Lazy Bone. You can have another 14, 15 kids. I think he got I don't know how many kids he got, but I know he got a whole bunch. But he still look good. He still look good. Why y'all cracking out him, LA? You just dissed him. He's starting to look like his name, Lazy. I can't with y'all. I can't. Pure facts. Okay, pure facts about Easy Junior wife. It's embarrassing. I hate to say this stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like the bad person saying this stuff, but I'm just glad that y'all see what I see, that I'm just not nitpicking or whatever. Ebony Johnson, yes, ain't shopping. The only thing about Sequoia, you keep saying she's pretty. Who said the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder? Who, Sequoia? I don't know. I'm lost. Crazy Bone has aged the best. No, you gotta see the other one. Wait till I go live tomorrow and show you the other one. He looks so good. He still look the same. Okay, let me stop. Because I used to have a crush on Bone Thugs and Harmony. But I think Lazy Bone still look good. And you know what I like about Lazy Bone? He's still here, working with Lil Easy. He's working with Sequoia. He's working with the kids. It all could be all made up or whatever. But I really do believe that he possibly do have a relationship with Lil Easy. You know what I mean? But let's talk about this one right here. If Lazy Bone did everything that he said that he was going to do, I mean, if he didn't mess up what he had, Lazy Bone was buying cryptocurrency back in 2014 or 15 when it was really low, and they was calling him the crypto king because he has so much crypto. So I don't know what he did with his crypto, but if he cashed in or whatever the case may be, Lazy Bone should be very, very wealthy when it comes to cryptocurrency, because there are 19-year-olds that I know that are millionaires off of cryptocurrency and crypto. And also, Nas, Nas from New York, my baby Nasaya, he's part owner of Coinbase, which is an exchange where you can buy cryptocurrency and all this other stuff. So if he kept that up, he has to have millions and millions of dollars, because he was buying crypto when it was like at $1, $2. And if he kept that or whatever he did with it, he should be very wealthy, because they was calling him the crypto king. You know what I mean? I was so proud to hear that story. You know what I mean? Just to know that, the rap, because they wasn't putting out music, so it was good. So it was good that he was making money in cryptocurrency, and I was interested in cryptocurrency, but at the time I didn't know how to get into it. Now I'm into it. But in any event, and right now cryptocurrency is just like crashed. I'm just so devastated with that. I'm devastated with crypto crashing. I'm devastated with the snow blizzard that I got going on. I think there's like 3 feet of snow outside, 18 inches, 19 inches, 20 inches. I am blocked in. I cannot get out. I'm barricaded in my house because of the snow. I can't leave. I feel trapped. So in any event, so he's telling her song is good. He said LA does not have an anthem from a female. You got Tupac, live and die in LA. It's the place to be. But I know there's other LA songs or whatever. You can tell me LA. What's the LA anthem, LA, in the chat. But in any event, when it comes to Sequoia, he's saying that her music is good. My favorite song of Nas Project. Oh, that's so cute. Lazy is preparing himself for afterlife. Why are you dissing him? I think he looks cute. Why are you dissing my baby? Why are you dissing my baby? Why are you dissing my baby? Allie, why are you dissing my baby? So in any event, so basically he's saying that he's still working with Little Easy. He's basically being that father figure that Easy E was to him. You were so wrong. Why did you say he's looking like he's getting ready? He's gonna be cute. Why you dissing him? Lord have mercy. It's just his face thinning out. You know what I mean? His face is really thin out. So we got Stevie J. He meets up with Sequoia. Sequoia basically, Stevie J trying to find out what happened. Sequoia says, your daughter came at me. She did this, she did that, Blase in the third. And Stevie said he's going to try to talk to his daughter. And she basically believes that Stevie J can't control his daughter. Stevie J can't talk to his daughter. Stevie J don't have no control over his daughter. As we all can see that too, that, that he doesn't. So she already knows, she can read the temperature. And basically she says she gonna meet anybody. She meets everybody on the same level that they meet her. And I was like, that was so beautiful that Sequoia, actually said, because someone told me that too as well, that like whatever energy you give out to me, I'm gonna give that to you. Now if you on low vibration and you just chill, okay, but if you on aggressive vibration, I'm going to meet you on that level. So, I was like, okay, but Stevie J can't do nothing with his daughter. What he gonna do to her? What can he say? She don't even listen to him. She don't even pay attention to him. She don't believe nothing he says. She don't respect him. And that could be reasons why she feels that way. But at the same time, embarrass your father and disrespect him on TV, because if he wasn't your father, you wouldn't be on this TV show and people wouldn't even know your name, baby girl. And, you somewhat was on Love and Hip Hop. So, and even though if he wasn't that good, at least he's introducing you to the life of television and getting on TV where you can continue your road on TV or reality TV or something like that. Like he's opening the doors for you. So just respect that, even though if he wasn't there for you growing up, then you're going to disrespect this man on TV. Like who wants to, unless people want to put you in a bad environment and make you look even worse when it comes to Savannah. Who's really wanna, stick by you if you gonna wild out? Like, are you it looks like you're unprofessional, fighting at work, fighting on a job for no reason when there's no threat towards you. So there was no reason for you to go after Sequoia. She wasn't a threat. She wasn't even talking to you. You came over there because Cree called you over there. Then you went back over there. Then you attacked the girl. Then you chased the girl as well. Like you are very unprofessional. So like if I wanted a Miles show or look up to not look up to these young girls, but okay, these new reality TV stars coming up. What should we do with them? But whatever, they might not pick your name out the bag just because you are a risk, and it's an insurance risk as well. And you already know that we got to work harder and do much more than anybody else. So therefore, you got to make sure you protect your brand and your image. But in any event, Sequoia is like, yo, you better talk to your daughter first, talk to her, do whatever you can before I see her, because if we see each other, it's not going to be good. And we already know that it's not going to be good at all. So they have the drinks, and Stevie J talking about, I got bottles, I'll buy drinks. He's with his son too. His son is very cool, very respectful. You know what I mean? It's just like Sequoia, like she's on a whole nother one. Not Sequoia, but Savannah. She's like on a whole nother one. And then we have, Tyran. Tyran, he meets up and he's talking to, TT, and they're having this conversation. And TT mother really doesn't want to pay, or she doesn't know yet, $150,000 for her wedding. And this woman don't even own her own home, but she's gonna pay $150,000 for a wedding. And she can ask her other aunts, but they will pay for like college, they will pay for a home for her. Her other aunts will pay for things for her, but they might not pay for her wedding. And so, Tyran is like, basically, won't you ask auntie, she might help you, my mother. And she was like, oh no, I would never do that. I was like, oh Lord. TT, let's see if TT bite her words. TT, are you gonna ask Pep to help you pay for your wedding? She owes you that shit. She owes you at least, she could at least put 60 grand on that, because if it wasn't for you going back and forth with, what's that boy's name, Sam, and that whole situation, if you wasn't doing what you was doing, basically trying to expose Sam and all that other stuff and bring it to people's attention how no good and dirty and rotten that he is, you know what I mean? They wouldn't even have a storyline. People wouldn't be worried about it because everybody was surprised that TT, wasn't here for that. And TT was going against Sam, and then Sam was making these rumors about her. If it wasn't for, TT, they wouldn't even, Sam and Egypt really wouldn't have a storyline. And TT was basically really trying to save her cousin. And now look what type of situation that, God is trying to save, Egypt. And that's why God, allegedly, if it's true, because Sam did post, the records of him being arrested, but for some reason I just still don't believe it. But in any event, sometimes God will remove people out of your life, and they're talking about 10 to 13 years of removing Sam out of Egypt's life. And Lord, this girl's talking about she's gonna sit there and wait for it. Like, help me, Jesus, help me, Jesus. Okay, but in any event, so we have that situation going on, and TT get kicked in the face by her son by accident. So you have a lot of that happening. And so Tyran was like, so you're not gonna let your son meet, be around his auntie, which is his mother, Pep? And TT was like, he got 6 other aunts. I almost fell out when that happened. I was like, Lord have mercy. I almost fell out in the situation when she said he got 6 other aunts. So TT's really feeling a certain type of way. And let's just really talk about Savannah. These sideburns on her wig look lopsided. Usually her hair is always on point. It's always done right. I don't know who did this. It looks like she's a part of the Conehead family. I don't know what's happening up top. But yeah, Savannah, this is too much. But at least your makeup look good. So you got that situation going on, and Tyran's basically said you can get some help, and she was like, I ain't going to ask for no help. I ain't going to ask auntie for no help. So $150,000, TT, that's a whole lot of money. And basically, TT is not here, for Cree, and she found a wedding planner, and she's happy with her wedding planner, and Cree just don't got a job in the situation. And she made a good choice not choosing her. Facts. She did the right thing, because that girl would have tore your situation up and down. She would have tore it up and down. So that's pretty much it. And then we got Stevie J. He goes meet his daughter, at the store. He basically saying that she's spoiled, she's unpredictable, and things of that nature. Just how Stevie J used to be. Just like the woman that he used to date, Jocelyn Hernandez, unpredictable, don't know what's going to happen. Savannah's being all these characters of the women that you used to date and used to have them on national TV. So she's acting like all of them, being materialistic, money hungry, just like you were, Stevie J, when you had them contracts with them women. and basically you get all their money, and they get probably 2%. That's how they was explaining the contract and somewhere of that term, but that's not the exact way. You know what I mean? But in any event, the contract that Stevie J had for these ladies that was signed to Danger Zone, I don't even know if that exists, signed to his record label. Basically, they got the short end of the stick. And so your daughter's doing all the behaviors. Hopefully it's just for TV. And you guys made a pact that she was going to act this way or whatever the case may be. But in any event, the situation is ugly between them. Savannah's not trying to hear it. Savannah is not trying to hear anything that he's trying to say at all, point blank, period. Savannah felt a certain type of way about the situation. And she tells her father, listen, don't tell me what to do. Basically telling him not to. She don't want to hear it. And he was like, I don't want to hear you fighting and Blige in a third. And she goes, I wasn't fighting. And then she basically lied to her father, said she wasn't fighting, that she wasn't in an altercation, which she was in an altercation too as well. And then Savannah lets us know she hasn't seen her father for 5 months or whatever. She don't really talk to him. And she said, hopefully this meeting I'm having with him is about some money. Savannah says he was not there to raise her. And she said, shout out to all the single moms. Excuse me. So Savannah's basically saying that he wasn't there. And she's been saying, she said this last season around Father's Day, she said it should be a crime for Stevie J to call himself a father. Now, we don't know if it's because he wasn't there or she's basically, he hasn't denied it. And we did know he did owe some child support or whatever. So basically, she said, shouts out to all the single moms in the situation. She's feeling a certain type of way. She ain't feeling her father. She ain't feeling him at all. Their relationship is draining. Yes, it is. Just a T, please. You know that it was a PIP contract. Lord have mercy. I didn't even see you said that. Oh, yes, I did. That's coming up next. I'm almost done with this right here. Conehead. It did look like a Conehead situation. So in any event, they have the conversation and it really goes nowhere. And then she tries him some pants and he's like, them pants are so tight, you look like Janet. Your daughter's been dressing half naked since God knows when. And he's basically not happy. That it seems like he's fatherless, like he has no control, like she don't respect him at all. Like how do a daughter treat her father like that? It has to be something that, has been inherited by her being raised by him not being there, things maybe her mother said or things that she's seen he has said. And she also said that, oh, why don't you go be with your other family? And basically she said that he gets with these women and basically he disappears. He ain't around. And he says, no, I spoiled her. That's why she's the reason why she is there. How come your other kids don't be acting like this? And so basically he goes, I don't want to see you fighting Savannah or putting your hands on anybody, Savannah. Savannah turns around and say to him, you better be quiet before I punch you in your face just like I punched that girl. I was like, if I would have told my father that, baby, ooh, them WT would have to rescue me and put me in a helicopter and get me out of there. They would have to teleport me immediately because, baby, it would be a bad look. I would have to be teleported out of that shop if I would have said that. Lord have mercy. Then my mother heard me talk like that. Like she don't got no respect for him, none at all. And it seems like she has some underlying issues and some pain when it comes to her father. I don't know if he wasn't there for her moments that she needed her father, and she probably seen her father on TV with other people and things of that nature. But Stevie J saying that she was spoiled, but she's acting like she came straight out the hood. I mean, like she came straight out the hood where she was standing on the block next to rats. You know what I mean? That she was chasing rats down the street if they got on her block. You know what I mean? This is the way that she's acting. Like she's acting cold-blooded. Like she's been out here gang banging her whole life. Like Savannah's just, I don't know if this is a character or if this is really her truly and surely her. But baby, you better fall back because you won't be here long doing all that. For real, because you're going to meet somebody tougher and better than you that's going to call your bluff and want to call your bluff. So you better fall back, girl. And then on top of that, you putting out this energy on national TV, on TV. People are just going to want to try you when they see you, trying to see if you really like that. Are you iffy? I like the new Chris Brown song. She's acting iffy or whatever. But in any event, We shall see. And Savannah basically says, once you go over there with your wife and your kids, once you go over there and be blessed, Stevie J was like, she's family. Sequoia's family. Sequoia's family. He was like, she ain't my family. Well, you go over there and be with them and bless and let them bless, and you have a blessed day and y'all be blessed. So basically she's telling him to, to fall back. And he don't even know what to do. And she's looking at him like, ugh. I'm just like, yo, for real, that is like, Stevie, was you around, y'all? Like, what's happening? Like, yeah, this is bad. Yeah, Savannah went all the way there. She went all the way there. Point blank period. Not chasing rats down the street. Yeah, that's how Billy bad she's acting. Like, she is real tough out here. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, like, she, when you meet people that been raised in the street, they have a different demeanor, a different behavior, and you can't figure it out. It's because they've been through so much, seen so much, that they don't have no fear. Nothing scares them. They don't care if you judge them or not. They don't care about the situation. They don't care about anything, because they never ever had to care about nothing. Only thing they have to care about is protecting their neck, protecting the bag, and protecting the stash, and protecting the product, baby, and protecting the home. And that's the way that she's coming off and the way that she's acting. So I'm just like, okay, So I already told you guys that. So let's talk about Brianna Latrice. So as you guys know, Brianna Latrice, she did the interview with Tasha K. It was a good interview. And, the way that Brianna Latrice talks and things of that nature, that's her right there. She had her favorite drink there. She had the gin. The gin was sitting there on the table, baby. She was feeling good. She was feeling really good. And basically, we're going to get into the situation. We're going to talk about what she said about Mary J. Blige and what she said, and you guys tell me what you think in the comments, or you can, call in or whatever the case may be. Let me see. Lara, she got to hurry up and make Cardi B. Oh, Tasha K had what? 13,000 people in her life. 13,000 people. 13,000 people. So 13,000 people ain't mad. She got 6,000 likes on that video. So, she's going to make that Monday. Everyone said people are not going to go to her. They're not going to trust her. They're not going to watch her. People love to see Tasha K. They love to hear how she talks, the way she talks, how she said, the stories that she says, whether they're true or not. 13,000 people was there Friday, and you can count me as one of them, because I was I was one of the 13. Savannah faking that from. I hope she is, Deborah, because baby, that's a bad situation. So let's get into this situation. So Brianna tells us that she said her father, that her father still loves Mary J. Blige. I was like, OMG. So she's saying that her father, Kendu Isaac, still loves Miss Mary J. Blige. And she said, of course he still loves her, because they were friends. They was best friends. They was together. They was inseparable. They had everything going on. And basically I was like, okay, but that man took a whole lot from that woman. And then on top of that, Brianna also says that she watched her father manifest that relationship with Mary J. Blige, because she said she was like, she said she was like 7 years old, and she was in a car, and My Life album came out. Her father put it on, and when her father put on the record, he said, I'm going to work for her one day, watch. And she said that her father's so smart and so brilliant. He manifested what he wanted, and he ended up working with Mary J. Blige. And some people was in a comment section saying that he was basically, he preyed on Mary J. Blige. But, some people manifest stuff like that. Like, I want to work with Drake. I want to work with this person. They end up working with that person. So he ended up working with Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige still to this day calls him a con artist, baby. And in any event, moving on from that situation, Brianna Latrice said that, when she was about 13 years old, her father had came home and said to her, guess what? Guess who's going to be in the studio? Mary J. Blige is going to be in the studio. I got her in the studio. Yo, she's going to be in the studio with me. Blige in the third. He was so happy. And she said she was so proud of her father, because he manifested that dream, and he had Mary J. Blige in the studio. And then this is when Brianna Latrice said that he never came back home. He never came back to the house. He never came back, that he was gone, that he was MIA. Him and Mary J. Blige took off. He wasn't going to, that's a huge bag. Could you imagine having Mary J. Blige, Mary J at the pits of your palms, at your hands, that she's biting off everything that you say and everything that you're feeding her, and you're telling her all these wonderful things. And this woman been through hell and back her whole life with relationships. This woman don't think she's pretty. She still think today, I believe she said that she believes that she's beautiful. But for many years, over and over in interviews and documentaries I have watched of Mary J. Blige, she always felt the lowest form of herself. She always felt like she wasn't beautiful, and I could never understand, because I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was gorgeous. I thought she was energetic. I thought she was entertaining. I thought that she captivates you. She captivates you what she says, because you can feel her heart. You can feel her energy. And when you have a good soul, you have a good spirit, and you have a good vibration, you can feel that from somebody else, because you understand that energy. So, but she never felt good about herself. And she said in one interview that she basically, she said in a relationship, especially with KC from KC from Jodeci, that she thought that she had to always dumb herself down. I'm never going to say anything. I'm never going to talk back. I'm never going to speak up. I'm just going to act like I'm completely stupid and ignorant and let them take over, never say anything, because I want to keep this relationship. So you got a woman with this mindset. Still haven't found the love of her life, still looking for it, still hurt. And then we also know that Mary J. Blige had a alcoholism problem, a drinking problems, and things of that nature. Now you got Kendu Isaac coming in, Mr. Smooth Operator, Mr. Smooth and Potato, Mr. Smooth. He's operating easy because this is his dream. You know what I mean? So whatever he's selling her is coming from his heart, because if he told Brianna that he wanted to do this years ago, whatever, when he met her, he put everything on. It was everything that you can possibly imagine that Kendu Isaac did to get Mary J. Blige to trust in him, y'all. Everything. Let me see what you're saying. No makeup and you have no Yep. I know. Her friend in the house. I bet he's Casey. Yes, he was. He was very, very. And this is why I'm saying I'm surprised that KC's son, I'm glad that he didn't have any of the energy that his father has, because when, what's her name? Savannah was all in his face and disrespecting him. His father wouldn't tolerate that. And Mary J. Blige talked about how he was and how he belittled her so bad. Casey brought Mary J. Blige a ring, right? He brought her a ring, and she thought it was an engagement ring for them to get married, and she was so happy. And then he goes to Canada somewhere. He does an interview, and then they say, "Oh, we like that ring that you brought Mary J. Blige. Are you guys engaged?" And he goes, "No, we're not engaged." And then a week later, Mary J. Blige went back to that particular show, and they said, well, Mary J. Blige was like, "Look at my ring, I'm engaged to KC." And then they show her the footage where he said that he's not engaged and he never asked her to marry him, and that was just a ring, just to make her be quiet. And the tear came down her eye, and she said, "Let's change the subject, because I don't want to talk about this, that low down dirty mother sucker." So she has been dealing with abusive men that took advantage of her so much, man. And it's just like, she didn't deserve none of that. But she was an easy target, because she had self-esteem issues, but now she's not there anymore. And look where she's at today. Mary J. Blige is iconic. But in any event, so Brianna, she continues the story. And she said, my father, once he was so excited, and they were living in New Jersey at the time, and then he left with Mary J. Blige and he never came back. You know what I mean? And that was just the situation. And she also says that they became best friends. They were all over the place. They was just with each other, point blank period, all the time. Where Brianna Latrice said that she became jealous of the situation, because she said, especially when Mary J. Blige came out with the song, "I need the father that you got in you, the father in you." She was like, "Well, you got my father." And so you had that situation. And she said Mary J. Blige taught her how to walk in heels and have good fashion sense. Maybe walk in heels, but not fashion sense. But in any event, so she said, what's her name, Tasha K, was basically saying, so what happened? Because everyone said that Kendu Isaac did this, Kendu Isaac did that, and Mary J. Blige was homeless. And then Brianna Latrice says, well, I don't know what really happened. She didn't say her father ever cheated. She goes, people do things wrong in a marriage and things go wrong. And Mary J. Blige did say that she was homeless, that she didn't have a place to stay. And she was, and Jimmy Iovine, him and his wife opened up their house to Mary J. Blige, and Mary J. Blige was living in that house. Because remember, they had a foundation that owed so much money in taxes, and taxes wasn't being paid on the foundation. So if he was the manager, he was the everything. He made sure everything was going this way and that way. Millions of dollars in taxes wasn't being paid over the years that she was married to, Kendu Isaac. So what was going on in that situation? If he was so grand and so great, how come that he's supposed to know to pay taxes? The talent's supposed to be the talent. And then Brianna Latrice says that, talent got to be managed. And she also says, because, Tasha K says, well, people were saying that she was homeless. People were saying that he cheated on her and her house and he took her money, this and that, all these other things that the streets were saying about what Kendu had did to Mary J. Blige. And it was just horrible. And, basically, Brianna Treese, she said that, no, listen, it's like this situation that, they got divorced, and yes, he was getting out alimony. He wasn't getting child support from me, but he did. The court documents does say that Kendu Isaac allegedly did ask for child support. He got alimony and things of that nature. And that's when Brianna Latrice said, well, Mary J. Blige was hanging around with a bunch of drug addicts and people that had bad substance, people that was loud, people that was rude, people that made so much noises and things of that nature, where he came in and he managed the situation. He got rid of her entourage and got rid of the people that was running around with her, that was making her look embarrassed, and people didn't want to work with her because they thought that she was unprofessional. So that's why that she didn't get to the climax of the level that she's supposed to get to, because she was hanging around with people that was winos, basically. And then also, after her father came in and cleaned her up, he cut business deals where the Prince of Dubai wanted to meet Mary J. Blige, and she performed and things of that nature. And basically, Brianna Latrice is saying that her father did a whole lot, so he deserved to get paid. He deserved his money because he was working hard. And so you listen to what Brianna Latrice said, and also pay attention to the Real Housewives of Potomac, where what's her name? Candace's mother said to her daughter Candace, stop calling this man that's your husband your manager, because he can sue you and get more money from you if you're calling him your husbander. So stop saying that, because it could bite you in the end. And Mary J. Blige actually had her husband as her manager, and look how it bit her in the end, where she left that relationship broke. She should never ever be broke. Mary J. Blige's taxes should be paid. There's so, it's just like our legends and our people be having the most crooked, low down people around them. Her taxes should have been paid. All that should have been paid. All that should have been together. If she's out there on a stage singing and handling her business and doing what she's supposed to do, and then, why ain't the business stuff taken care of? Why are we buying all these houses? Why we got 7 houses and we ain't paid taxes last year, the year before last, and the year before that? Like, what's going on? Yes, she was being taken advantage of. Of course she was. Of course she was being taken advantage of. And then on top of that, let me finish the interview thing, and then I'll read some of the stuff that Mary J. Blige did say. So in any event, so Brianna Latrice basically saying that her father deserved the money because if the shoe was on the other feet and the roles were reversed, if it was a woman, you would want her to get the money too as well. But there should have been some type of prenup. There should have been some type of clause. But Mary J. Blige didn't know. This man swept her off her feet. If Mary J. Blige had all these people around her that were no good for her and things of that nature, and this man come in like he's a savior, I'm going to do this, and I promise you this, I promise you that, because there was a time that Mary J. Blige was quiet. There was a time Mary J. Blige should have been the legend all the way back to me, she was a legend in the 90s, but she reached that pinnacle of iconness, recently in the early mid 2000s, and that should have already been there for her. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that did her wrong, and she talks about how these pitfalls, not only relationship but also with business. But right now, a lot of people said that Mary J. Blige was isolated from the people that should have been there with her. But she did. A lot of people said at that time she stopped drinking. And remember one time, I don't know if I still have the video, where Mary J. Blige and Kendu was in a restaurant, and Mary J. Blige went off. She was throwing stuff. She was throwing the glass or something. And I think Kendu was flirting with the waitress right in front of Mary J. Blige, and it was in a restaurant. Like, that video went viral at that time. I think that's how it is, but it was so long ago. And then in the headlines, oh, Mary J. Blige is drinking again, or somebody put it out the story that she was drinking again. I think that's when she found out that he was cheating, or he was flirting with the waitress at that time in the restaurant. This happened a few years ago. Does anybody remember that? Mary will always shine. Yes, I love me some. I used to like Brianna, but I thought she was real. But after hearing this BS, she's talking. No, well, she's gonna stick up for her father, Sunkiss. Just calling Joe from the show, yo. For real, for real, for real. For real, Queen. Mary fell in love with a crook. I am glad she's free. I'm glad she's free. His crook is look crookish. Crookish. How you look crookish? Yeah, she gave me a headache sometimes. Bree talks too much. I remember. Oh, so you remember that? Thank you, Jay. Because this happened a long time ago. I think I might have the video, and then everybody trying to say that, oh, Mary's drinking again, and I don't know if his people put out the story or somebody else put out the story, but they try to make it seem like, oh, Mary J. Blige is drinking again, and I didn't know what was really going on at the time. I just felt so hurt, because I was just like, I was there with Mary, even though we don't know each other, but we're around the corner from each other when she was out here in New York. But just to hear that she's still suffering and going through that, it just be like, yo, because we remember when her album first came out, the things that she was going through and everything that's happened to her. There's a lot of videos that are out about Mary. I don't know if I still have them, where Mary's basically talking about her habit. And this is back in like the late 90s. And she's like chilling in New York. She's like near an empty lot, and she's drinking. The whole interview, she had a bottle on her drinking. Little Kim was there, I believe. It was a whole bunch of people that she was hanging with. And she was just basically telling the truth about herself. Like, she's always been so open. And if you're a person that want to take advantage of somebody, if you're a person that think that you can use a person and you want to use people and things of that nature, Mary J. Blige, if you can get into her circle, she will be the best person to use, because she has a lot of self-esteem issues. She has a lot of issues. She trusts people. She's hardcore. Mary J. Blige used to carry the Nina on her. These are interviews that she used to do back in the day. She used to have the Nina on her, because she was like, yo, it's hot out here in these streets. Mary J. Blige was nothing to mess with. You know what I mean? When it came to that nature. But when it comes to a man, that's where she knew how to protect herself, because you watch her documentary, how she protected herself, her mom taught her to protect herself. But one thing that she was never taught is how a man's supposed to treat a woman, and how you're supposed to be with a man, and how a man's supposed to be with you and treat you. It was just, at one point in her time, was just being successful, being Mary J. Blige, being an artist and reaching the pinnacles that she was in and out of relationships, in and out of people that was in her life, and people took advantage of her. And it's just so messed up, because there's so many good people that get taken advantage of, and these rotten, low down, no good people get away with it. Nothing ever happens to them. Like, oh. Overcome. I got you. Tracy Brianna is the only on that show because of Mary. She's making money off of Mary's name. Alcohol is the oldest drug in history. You already know it, girl. You know it, girl. For real, for real. Yeah, Tracy, but she never talked about Mary on the show. Hardly. Oh, well, she says that, they offered her the show because she was Mary J. Blige, stepdaughter. So in any event, so she was offered the show. But I remember, what's his name? Romeo Romeo, remember Romeo and Master P when they was on the show, they was having church in their house, and it was a boring scene. But Brianna came in there because she was hungover and she was high. I think she allegedly she might have said that she was high off mushrooms, but she was high off of something really high. And she said she went to the bathroom, she put water on her face, and she started acting like, she was crying because her mother and her father, Mary J. Blige, was getting a divorce. She haven't heard from Mary J. Blige, and she was crying, and she came out and everybody was like looking over her. But she caused a big scene when I was supposed to be having Sunday service. But then later Brianna Latrice said that she only did that just because it was a boring scene and she was intoxicated, she was high, and she was like, I haven't even talked to Mary in a long time. Why would I be in the bathroom crying about Mary J. Blige? You know what I mean? So I remember that situation. But she said if I didn't do that, the scene would have been boring. And she so you already know. So that happened on Growing Up Hip Hop. There's some other things that happen as well. But in any event, Brianna Latrice is going to defend her father. That's her father. You know what I mean? And she said that he's never said anything. I could kind of remember allegedly that there was reports that Kendu Isaac said that Mary J. Blige, has blackballed him, and she keeps going around saying negative things about him, and people don't want to work with him, and basically that's stopping him getting a bag, and therefore he was asking more money from the court because Mary J. Blige was going out doing shows and saying things about Kendu Isaac being a crook, taking her money, and just not. And she was so hurt. She would have kept that a secret. She was hurt. Like nobody wants to admit that they got played, they got dogs and everything. And then on top of that, that man is living with the young woman. He brought a house in California with her. I mean, a huge, beautiful like penthouse in California. I don't even know how much it cost. I think back then, I don't know if it was like 300,000, 500,000. I don't know if he rented it or did he own it, but it was something somewhere. It was small, but it was nice. I think it was rented at the time because this is when they was going through the divorce. You know what I'm saying? And so, Mary J. Blige went through a lot. You know how embarrassing that is and how messed up that is, that the man that you think that you're going to be with forever. And then, Mary J. Blige, having 9 Grammys, singing all these broken hearted songs and thinking that now she really found love and all this other stuff. And this man was just cheating on her, making her look a fool, taking her money, spending it, not paying her taxes. Allegedly, this is what the streets were saying. This is what the reports are saying. Mary J. Blige said herself that he took all her money. What does this say? She says this. This is what she says. Mary J. Blige, she explained, Jimmy Iovine took me into his Malibu home. He and his beautiful wife, Liberty, I will never forget that. Also being a rock for Mary and her to help her get through. And basically, she said this in an interview, and she also says, where else? I don't know where is that. Like, yo, she went through a whole lot, but at least she has somewhere to go. But so you have that situation. So we'll get back to that because there's more that Mary J. Blige did say about the situation. There was a lot of rumors and allegations about everything that went down between these two. But in any event, everything on this channel is allegedly and it's only for entertainment purposely only. Disclaimer, these are things that rumors, nothing has been proven to be fact at all. Excuse me. So we got to that part of the situation. That's one part of the interview. Excuse me. Then we get to this part of the interview where Brianna Latrice tells us about her relationship with Trey Songz. It wasn't really a relationship, but she met Trey Songz through, like at a club or somewhere she met him or whatever, and she was with Raven Simone and basically exchanged numbers and things of that nature. And then, she was supposed to go to his house, and she did go to his house, and she said she only had part of her weave done because Raven Simone was doing her weave. So she went over there to meet Trey Songz, and when she went to his house to go meet him, he was in his birthday suit quick, fast, in a hurry, showing everything. And then there before you know it, she said he was very aggressive. He was really aggressive. And then, as they was involved doing whatever that they were doing, he put his hands, around her neck, and then she just started crying because she had PTSD. Then he stopped and he basically made sure that she was all right, but she said he didn't pay for her parking or things of that nature. And then she saw him again, and he was with basketball wife Drea, and he didn't say anything to her and she didn't say anything to him. So she said that she had a relationship with Trey Songz. And then she said she was with Steven Urkel too as well. They had like a relationship. She was at his house in Malibu. She knocked over a cup or a glass and she spilled stuff on him. And then she said, you know what, I'm going to give him what he need. And she said that I think she said she couldn't remember if it was good or bad because she was too intoxicated. But she did say that he was so sensual. He was so romantic. He had a lot of books and he liked to read, and he studied charming. He studied stuff about romance, relationship, intimacy, things of that nature. So it makes sense where Steve Urkel became, the Romeo on the show, because he actually understood, the passions of women. So I think his name is Jaleel White. Jaleel White, I believe. Jaleel White, something like that. But in any event, she said that she had a relationship with him and Baby. It was on and popping, but it wasn't something that was really serious. Maybe it was just one night. And then she also had relations with Little Fizz, Monique Slaughter's baby father. And she said that if she didn't fall asleep, Monique Slaughter would have never got up with Fizz, because since she fell asleep, Monique Slaughter was able to meet up with Fizz. And then after that, it was history, because Brianna Latrice says that once she get a man, they never want to let her go. And if she didn't fall asleep, Fizz would have never had a baby with Monique Slaughter, or they would have never had that relationship. So she said they both need to thank me now. So you can thank me now. And because she said that if she would have got with Fizz, he would have never went with Monique Slaughter at all. That night she fell asleep, they end up falling together. And then she says that she was with Jackie Long. Her and Jackie Long, had their little thing going on. And I don't remember if she said he was good or bad. So she was with Jackie Long. And then she also said she was with Paige Kennedy. She was with Paige Kennedy. And she didn't describe whether it was good or bad in that situation. So you guys let me know what you think. The phone lines are open. You can call and tell me your thoughts on the situation, baby. So let me take this banner off. So you guys can call in and tell me what you think about the situation, what you think about the show, what you think about Brianna Latrice interview. That would be fine too as well. And let's get back to, when she talked, I don't know. I think Mary J. Blige said the next time that she picks a man, she's never going to pick a man that she ever has to take care of again. And Mary J. Blige said she's going to pick a man that got more money than her. She's never going to pick a guy that has less than her, because at the end of the day, they're going to be thinking about taking all your money. And she said this in an interview. Which interview is this? I gotta watch the Janet Jackson documentary, but Mary J. Blige documentary of 2021 was really good. And basically she just talks about how she had to always fight physically and how she was always mistreated, how she's been through so much, she suffered so much physical damage and so much physical things that has happened to her. So as a little girl, I saw, she always had to just fight for herself. And then she wanted to be loved, she wanted to be in a relationship, and then all the guys that she ends up being with end up taking advantage of her. And that's just the situation, because Mary J. Blige is paying this man, in 2007, Mary J. Blige had to pay him $30,000 per month and temporary spousal support to Isaac, according to TMZ. While this according might seem like a hefty price, but it was also more that he was asking for. He was asking for more money. Her ex-husband, Kendu Isaac, was asking her to nearly pay $130,000 a month to cover everything from his child support to his charitable donations, and things of that nature. But the judge ended up lowering it down to, 30,000. That's a whole lot of money. And then on top of that, Mary J. Blige, she had to retroactive, pay spousal support dating back to September, the day that she actually filed for divorce. And so she had to pay for his attorney fees as well. So Mary J. Blige had to shell out about $235,000. That is a lot of money, baby, for real. And it's just like, some relationships, they were physical and things of that nature. But this relationship with Kendu Isaac, as she explains in these interviews with Essence and also Insider Hollywood, that she explains that within this particular relationship, it took her mind and her self-esteem and her money. She said she was just broke. She was broken all over the place. She didn't even know how she was going to get any of it back, how she was just going to do it. Like she just completely gone in the situation. She didn't know how to fight no more, but she knew she had to. And she did. And look where she's at now. She ends up, getting an Emmy. Did she get an Emmy or did she get a Golden Globe Award? Or she got an award for that movie that she did, Mudbound, I believe. And now she's on Power and she's killing it. Like, I can't even read some of the stuff that she says because, YouTube would be like, yo, like she's saying so much stuff. Like, this woman has been through, and just almost makes me want to cry because she didn't deserve that. And then on top of that, she got so many people that want to be around her, so many people pulling on her, so many people that want to take pictures of her, so many people want to see what she's going through, how's life treating her, what's going on with her today, and just following her around when this woman is really in the process of always healing. She's always in the process of healing. Like, it's like she's a magnet for the worst things and relationships to happen, but she never thought that a man would take her money, take everything that she built from her. And that's basically overall the interviews that she has spoke on, that she's just so shocked. Like, she just didn't think that this was going to happen. Like, she didn't see this for the future. And she didn't know that, things were going on up under her nose, and she was the last one to find out about the situation. So it's just really terrible all the way around. I mean, I'm trying to find the one that's really, oh my God. Mary J. Blige has went through a whole lot. I mean, a whole lot. But look how triumphant she is in the situation. And living with Jimmy Iovine. Could you imagine being Mary J. Blige, having these number one hits, having all these, she was nominated for the Golden Globe nomination, actress who was more than candid about her personal woes while accepting the honor. So she was nominated, she was accepting the honor. And basically she was saying that I was just going through so much. There have been times in my career that I did not even want to step out of my house because I was so hurt. I felt so bad, she said, during, the ceremony. The singer, who is currently going through a nasty split from her now ex-husband, Kendu Isaac, also unveiled that just 1 year ago, it was Jimmy Iovine who provided a roof over her head. When all hell was turning loose in 2016 and I had to file and all of the stuff, I was homeless last year, she said. So she's basically saying, like, yo, I was homeless. Come on. We know who Mary J. Blige is. For her to say that she's homeless and she was going through the worst in her life and she had to ask somebody to live with. She didn't have a place to go. She probably didn't have a mind to even think to even get an apartment, to even get a condo, to even rent a place and probably trust anybody. She probably didn't want to spend no money because all her money's going to attorney fees and paying this man and everything. This is just like the Wendy Williams story all over again, I don't know if he had a baby on her, but we did see the pictures of Kendu Isaac with a young woman and them living together. And we talked about it. Like, it was crazy. and she was just talking about like all the things that she been through. Like this woman, like her song, the reason why her songs make so much money, the reason why her songs carry on, the reason why you can still listen to a song, because you feel the same pain that she was going through. You understand the pain. You understand she was able to transfer that pain into music that we understood, that we got. And then when she was happy at some points in our life, we was happy. No more drama. When No More Drama came out, you know, it was just so much going on. Like we can follow her life through her music, her ups and downs, just like us as regular people. But baby, you ain't taking my money. It's a prenup all day, every day, every day. If I had Mary J. Blige money, but it's so easy because if you watch her humble upbringings and what she thinks and how she was raised, and her mother and the little apartment that they lived in New York, you can understand that she can be very submissive. She wants to be submissive, and have the man take over everything. Don't be disobedient to the man, because she wanted to have a relationship. She wanted to have a man because she always felt like she was ugly. So therefore, if I be obedient, if I do this, even though she had that swag and she was out here in these streets hanging and she wouldn't take no crap, but when it came to relationship and her emotions and her feelings, that was never really done. She never really worked on that, and nobody ever really worked on that with her, to express what you should take, what you shouldn't take, what is good for you, what is not good for you. This is how a man's supposed to treat a woman. There was really nobody there but protect her when she was with these men that did wrong to her. You know what I mean? Like, when if you have a family that loves you, you have brothers, sisters, aunties, cousins, and you with a man and you got a bag like Mary and you the star of the family, you're supposed to take them men and you're supposed to remove them from her life. That's what the family's supposed to do. No matter what, no matter how she feels about the situation, no matter if she's willing to come back, he should be intimidated and too scared to come back, because the family should have their foot down, especially if this is the richest person in the family, the most wealthiest person in the family, and she she basically is very vulnerable. You know, and just I love this lady. I love Miss Mary J. Blige. But in any event, let me see what you guys are saying. The phone lines are open, or you can actually jump on the StreamYard and let me know what your thoughts on the situation. And then tomorrow we're gonna be back, because I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's like a lot of funny tea. So I want to do it live with y'all. Here, okay. Yeah, sorry to hear that, but unfortunately, these narcissists, Rashida Libra, Lord have mercy, you killed it. Budgies with Shelly, how you doing? What you doing? What's up, girl? Justin T, please. The Overcomer, I am sorry to hear that. I didn't even hear what Overcomer saying. Okay, let me see. I feel you. I totally understand. And, you know, I feel what you're saying. And she didn't have kids either, you know? It's a whole lot going on. I think the Grove sisters and I felt that way too as well, but I don't know if she actually took it that way, Queen Scarlet. If she actually meant it that way because they were bluer, black. And I asked the audience, I asked you guys, I asked P Squad how you guys felt about that, because I kind of felt a certain type of way. Like, why use that analogy? And then on top of that, the Proud Sisters were Jamaican. Then you got Cree that is Jamaican too as well. So that was like a double entendre, you know, that she was throwing. So, hey Essence, what's going on? Never stop. I know. I know. Mary J. Blige is off the chain. Yes. You gotta watch the documentary. It's actually on Amazon. But I just got my account all set up with Zoom. So I'm gonna finagle the Zoom and then put it out there. I'm gonna let you guys know when I'm gonna go live on Zoom too as well, so we can have more of an intimate and more, you know, conversations about certain things, and we can watch certain things and things of that nature, and then upload it on YouTube. Same thing, I know, but please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, no doubt. But yes, the when it comes to Brianna Latrice, she's going to open up and she's going to tell you exactly what she did, how she did it, when she did it. And if Tasha K wasn't tied into interview and asked more questions, she would have sat there with Brie longer. Brie would have said so much more. Brie would have gave out so much more information because Brie was killing that bottle of gin. She was killing it, baby. She would have said so much more information. It would have been crazy. But in any event, Tasha K said that she was tired. But in any event, when a lot of people say that Tasha K's finished, Tasha K's done, she had 13,000 people on her live, on Friday. Then she has 6,000 likes. So there's something that people do like. There's something that people are tuning into, and they don't care if it's factual or if it's not factual. They're tuning in to see Tasha K. So at this point, it seems like everything's going. It seems like it's good. Only thing we got to do is sit there and watch. That's so good to hear that we can get older. And we do better and we understand. Yes, that will be dope. Yes. So I just found out how to get everything in order. So now I just got to see if I can do this and that. And then I'm going to put the link in to let you guys know, because I was stuck in the snow. I can't go nowhere, so I'm learning a lot of different things while I am trapped, and there's a blizzard going on outside and it's freezing and everything's trapped. I need a snowmobile car or something because I can't get out. Ain't no cars came up and down the street. Ain't nobody left. Like, oh my goodness, there's so much going on. It's like everybody's scared. The snow is still blowing. It's been snowing since 11 o'clock. No, yes, 11 o'clock on Saturday, and it's still snowing now, and it's 12:56. I mean, Friday, 11 o'clock on Friday, and now it's 12:56 a.m. So it's a whole lot going on. So it's been snowing for a long time. It isn't supposed to stop snowing. So I was able to figure out these things really quick. Amen. Jesus is the best counselor, but Mary, yeah, she's one of my favorite singers too as well. But if you go back on YouTube, this is like some of the stuff I would like to, show you guys. You go back on YouTube and you see some of these videos with Casey and Jodeci, you can see the deep love and everything. But then when you go back and then you read what she says about the situation and how it was, like, it kind of like, and I love Jodeci, but it kind of like threw me off a lot. Like, it took me a long time to accept who Jodeci was after reading the stuff that Mary J. Blige has said about Jodeci. Like, I went back and I searched like all old things that Mary J. Blige did, and then old TV shows where they used to have live talks with the stars and celebrities and everything that Mary J. Blige, when it came to KC, like OMG. Then you go and you see them performing together, you see them singing these love songs together, and how he treated her, and the way that he treated her, you can understand. This is why she felt ugly. Like, this woman is on top of the game just as he's on top of the game, and he just dogged her out and just mistreated her so bad. And then it made it like she wasn't pretty, wasn't beautiful. She tried to hold